you. Is a Fearless 5.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Fearless You, the podcast where we discuss, dissect, and examine some of life's greatest fears. I want to thank you for spending some time with me today. Wherever you're listening, be sure to like and share this episode if you find it helpful or entertaining, and follow and subscribe to this channel with your notifications turned on so you know the moment a new episode drops. Also, be sure to rate and review us. By doing so, you're helping our placement and ranking in search results. Help me touch the lives of millions of people around the world, helping them to understand more and in return, fear less. Today's Fearless 5 may go a little beyond the 5-minute mark, but that's only because I have my wife's best friend, Igor Litvak, on the show speaking on a subject he is prodigiously passionate about. A few episodes ago, you may recall, he was on talking about the fear of money. Somehow, in the middle of that interview, we got off on this tangent where he just kind of exploded with excitement, talking about the subject that he is most passionate about, which is health and fitness. And I wanted to, I edited it from the first episode only because it wasn't on topic, and I knew that I would be able to do a Fearless 5 in the future featuring everything that he talked about in that short, lengthy digression and make it its own standalone thing. So here is the unedited digression. Igor Litvak talking fear, fitness, and food on the Fearless You. This is a good place to segue with that list of emotions that you just brought up. It's a great place.
Oh, actually, I'm going to interrupt you. Sorry, before I forget. So, the best way for any, so we're talking about diets, and again, this is my real passion. The best way to convince yourself to do it is to make it a part of who you are instead of just being like, oh, this is a diet that I'm on.
Right.
So I've been paleo for around 5 years now, and it's not that I am on the paleo diet.
Right.
It's that I am paleo, period. That is how I eat. That is who I am, and people know me as such. So I'm known as Igor, who works out 5 days a week, who runs, swims, lifts, and who only eats 100% grass-fed beef and blah, 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 and all the other stuff. That's how I'm known, and that's my persona. So then it's much easier for me to be like, no, I don't want that croissant and I don't want that cupcake.
For sure.
Because that's not who I am.
Yeah.
It'd be the very same way being like, oh, hey, do you, I don't know, do you want to, go on a safari in the middle of the jungle and get eaten alive by mosquitoes? No.
Right.
That's not me. I grew up in San Francisco. I like the concrete jungle. I don't like bugs. That's just not me.
Gotcha.
And so it's not even a question kind of thing.
Right.
And same with any kind of diet. You need to incorporate it into your lifestyle with baby steps, by the way. There are plenty of people that try to bite off all of it at the same time. It's incredible willpower that would take you to actually be able to do that, like quitting cigarettes cold turkey, taking on a whole brand new diet regimen. Just take it one step at a time. Don't overdo it.
I think that's what crushes the spirit.
Yeah,
of so many people.
They're crushes just your body as well. It's a huge shock.
Right.
Oh, I haven't been in the gym for 3 months, and I go in there and I start curling 70 pounds. You're gonna rip your bicep. It's
exactly.
Just baby step your way through, and these little milestones are much more easy to attain.
Right.
Yeah.
And then you get, with each small achievement, you get the oxytocin, and you get that you're wow, I'm motivated to do more and actually, see progress step by step.
Yeah.
Which never happens when you're just trying to, like you said, eat the elephant whole. It's not going to happen like that.
Yeah. Baby stepping is the way to do it. There are plenty of people out there that have the discipline to just go 0 to 100, and by all means. But it's just a much harder road when it comes to just sheer discipline every single morning.
For sure.
Rather than, oh, this is who I am. Every morning I take a freezing cold shower. That's how I do it. That's it.
And it's funny. That's what I found started happening with the water. I was like, oh yeah, I'm Coach Lain, the guy that walks around with a jug of water.
A jug of water, yeah.
And it became for me personally, it was, and that's what was so nice about it. It was it was my personal thing that I made mine. Mm-hmm. It almost became like a companion or like a security. Not, I want to say security blanket, but it definitely had like a personal connection with my vision of how I wanted myself to be, you know. And I'm speaking of it in past tense because, you know, the whole challenge was to see how long I could chain that together. And, you know, I have since, like I said, strayed from that, but have every intention. And now I know every ability to, yeah, you know what, this week I'm going to pick it up starting today. And that's my goal for the day. But yeah, that's.
If you do end up peeing a lot,
back off.
No, not back off.
Oh, okay.
I mean, the jury's out on how much water you should really be having. Yeah. But if your goal is to just be properly hydrated, you know, some people might disagree with the gallons. Some think it's not enough. It depends on your body composition, depends on how much you're working out, and blah, blah, blah. All these factors together. So all that aside, if you're trying to get like whatever, the 64 ounces of water in, but you end up peeing a lot, you shouldn't be peeing every 30 minutes. If that happens, then start add a little Himalayan pink salt to it. So Himalayan pink salt has around 50 minerals that you can't find in any other food anywhere. So you're getting all these little trace minerals for yourself, but also helps your body absorb the water.
Gotcha.
So a lot of the water that you buy has been treated with like chemicals and fluoride, chlorine, and like all this stuff. Like, and that's the reason I'm bougie and I don't drink out the tap. Yeah, it's full of fluoride, and I don't want that eating away at my stomach lining.
Right.
So the water that I get, I add a little bit of Himalayan pink salt to it, and then you end up not peeing. Wow. Like, don't be drinking salt water.
Right.
Just add a little bit, and you all of a sudden stop peeing, because what happens is your body's uptaking it, but more importantly, when you're peeing too often, you're actually peeing out vitamins and minerals.
Right.
It's actually just cutting straight through. So all the food that you had, all those great salads and kale and everything that you're doing, you're just pissing it out.
Yeah.
So, you know, keep the water in a little bit. You should still be going to the bathroom, but not every 30 minutes.
Not every 30 minutes. I was just going to say, too, before we move on, you know, when you were saying make a diet yours, or make a lifestyle choice for yourself that is for you first. I think that's what a lot of vegans do. Which is why we talk about vegan. You realize being vegan is the only, like, I think paleo is a close second, but we talk about it like it's some kind of religion or you know, some other ethnicity or culture. Like, it's called veganism, you know? So it's, it's definitely something that people take on as a lifestyle choice. And they fully identify it with, you know, hi, my name is John Thomas. I'm 36 years old. I'm a Caucasian male, Democrat. I'm a vegan. Like, it goes along with all that stuff.
He said white male, Democrat, and a vegan. Right. That's right. That's good.
But, you know, like, they definitely identify with that on a very personal level. So.
And that's how they've done it for themselves.
Right.
I think veganism is completely incorrect, but with that aside, that's how they are able to achieve it.
Right.
Is that this is who I am.
Yeah.
Like, that's part of me. You know, I am a son, I am a father, I'm a really good friend, you know, I'm a swimmer, I'm a vegan. Like, these are things that you do. So then it's not that hard for you to do those things and what comes with being a good father, being a swimmer, so on and so on.
No, this is great, man. I think this is going to be its own, like, little mini episode off to the side.
We don't even have to have a pre-call for that. I'll just straight off the top of my head dive right in.